and we should see a little red dot on the top.
Yeah, that's it.
Just be careful if you put your hand on the top here, you don't press that up or down because that's the zoom. And sometimes all you'll see is just a blur because you've zoomed all the way in.
Okay.
It took us a while to figure out what was going on with that, and then realised people were resting their finger on the zoom. Right, so pointy end. So this probably looks slightly different than you had before.
Yeah.
So we've got a stabiliser hitch. If you had one of them before,
No.
You might have had the bar down the side. So obviously we're back a while. So this replaces that.
Yeah.
All it does is grips the toe ball.
Yeah.
So there's little grippy things on there. So, some of it's like sandpaper, obviously a bit more stronger than that. So the toe ball needs to be grease free and paint free.
Yeah.
Otherwise you won't grip it. Okay.
But I can't get it to stay in its position at the moment, so I'm hoping
Right.
I'll be able to help.
Okay. Was it a clicking? Is it underneath underslung and it clicks out?
No.
Or is it the one that clicks in, take out, click in?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, this one you do it. Sure. Yeah. So. Sorry.
Yeah.
I would have thought so. Yeah. I don't know what. Yeah. So nearly handy on it. All right. So quite happy that the hitch is still a standard type hitch.
Yeah.
So that pan is the one that locks the toe ball in.
Yeah.
So we'll go more through this one when we connect to the car. Just
So
make sure
basically all you do is open that.
Yeah. So you
Drop it on.
click it up. Yeah.
And
that locks it on.
Yeah.
I'll go through that more when when
Yeah.
you put it on the toe ball, because it's better
Yeah.
to show you on the toe
Yeah.
ball rather than try to explain it as it is. Breakaway cable, so that is connected, and obviously if the caravan comes off the back of your toe ball, that is there to pull the handbrake on, obviously safety system. Handbrake is just a straightforward drop down, so you just push it down or spring loaded up. So
Okay, so there's no button there, so
just be careful. Yeah, there's no button. Obviously the cold air that comes flinging up and
yeah.
claps you.
Can I just
So you just push down.
Yeah.
It's spring loaded up, so you can keep all the reg come up.
Okay. Yeah,
Alright,
fine. Yeah.
straightforward.
Yeah.
And then obviously jockey wheel.
Yeah.
Before it may have come down the side of your A-frame, this sits up inside
Yeah.
there, which I'll show you that again in a second.
Yeah.
And the clamp for that.
Yeah.
13-pin electrics. Hopefully your car's got 13-pin electrics. So it's a better than the two grey and black ones that they had before. A lot better connection. Okay, gas locker. So inside we've got your step, cable, winder handle for your legs, and also wheel nut spanner.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we've got your regulator. So before you may have had the regulator attached to the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is an onboard regulator now. All ledge vehicles have them now, where they're attached to the bulkhead itself.
Yeah.
That you can use propane or butane gas on that particular regulator. And the propane, the red one's the better one.
Right.
That's the pigtail for the red one.
Yeah.
You can use that gas all year round. If you had the butane, that's just a summer gas that will gas down to as low as 40 degrees, something like that.
I want to like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so the propane's the best one to go for. You can use it all year round. Might be slightly more expensive, but especially for your heating system, it's really good then way to keep the temperature there. Okay. So your pigtail, obviously that attaches there. This is my pigtail load on our gas. And all you do is just screw that into the bottle. Okay, it's a hand tight one.
Yeah.
It's got a rubber seal there, so it helps it. Just check each time you go to use it. You just check it, make sure it's tight.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you've moved it, obviously you can make use.
Yeah.
Okay. Look to fill the battery, which I've got to fit. Yeah. There's your battery. We've got our battery connected.
Yeah.
Right. Vent-wise, that is your vent for your boiler.
Yeah.
Okay. The boiler is one unit. Obviously, heats the water and the circulation system, which is your heating. Okay. Water in. This is your pipe. To get it out, just pull back on the trigger, that releases it. There's no pump on the end of it, the water pump is actually on board. So this is just a pipe, it draws the water up. Okay? So just make sure you straighten it out. Obviously, the warmer weather, it's more pliable. In the winter, sometimes it can stick in that kind of position. If you've been resting it in the sink, it goes a bit cold, it can sit in that kind of position inside your Aperol. It's just going to draw air up it. Some people put weights in on it, whatever, to keep it down. Yeah, that's it. But just make sure it's straight. Yeah. If you're getting obviously just air sputtering through as you're trying to get the water system up and running, then the lighter will just check that, see if it hasn't just cooled. Okay, battery, 12 volt systems that obviously caravans run on, exactly the same as what you had last time.
Yeah.
Probably more lights on 12 volt compared to your last one.
Yeah.
I will fit that battery for you afterwards.
Yeah.
240 connection, obviously there. Also got the, you can see that there, look, that's the key point for your mover, which you may not have had previously.
No.
I'll show you that after. And you've also got an external aerial point as well. You see that there? So if you're on a site that it's got its own booster aerial that you can plug into their bollard, you can actually go direct from their bollard into your van and get a better signal than what perhaps your aerial may get.
Yeah.
All depends on what area you're in, yeah. So your TV aerial may not just pick everything up compared to what they may have a boosted aerial. Okay?
Yeah.
Good, that bit? Good. I will go for the motor move with you after, because obviously I've got my stuff connected on the outside, so I'm going to be dragging things around. Right, toilet, this will be similar. It would be if I had that doors and stuff. Yeah, I've got a compressor at the back of the shed and it makes a hell of a racket every now and again. So normally if I press a button it tends to fire it up. Right. So what we've got is toilet cassette, flush tank. So before your flush tank may have been reservoir fill here, so obviously you fill it there. Okay, so your pink chemical in your water for flushing the toilet is filled through there. Okay. Obviously chemical for the bottom one is blue, or you can get a green.
So, can we just go back to, sorry,
Right, so
it says drain before towing, do not overfill.
yeah, do not overfill. Obvious reasons it could flow inside.
Yeah.
You can have some in there, but I wouldn't have it full because when you travel it could overflow into the van.
Yeah.
Okay. But you can travel with some in there. Yeah. Obviously, if it stops you in, obviously if you need to stop it,
It's going to be sloppy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right, cassette is released by this orange handle. So you just lift that and slide it out. If it's not coming out easily, then the likelihood the wastegate which is on the toilet has been left open or not fully closed. Push it in, go and have a look, check.
Yeah.
Okay. Otherwise, it should just slide out.
Yeah.
We've got a handle and we've got wheels.
Right.
Okay. So that is obviously for ease of going to transport it.
Yeah.
Mechanism should look pretty similar to your last one.
Yeah.
So you've got air release button there. Obviously you've got the cap there, obviously you take off to empty it.
Yeah.
Also you can put the blue chemical, tip that in and put some water in.
Yeah.
So when you want to, obviously before you use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so what goes in there?
You get a pink chemical
All right,
and a flush.
which you pour in there.
Yeah, that's it, that's it. That's your reservoir there. So you just, some people have watering cans that they top it up with.
Right.
I just use a 2 litre water bottle and that.
Right.
A couple of them usually fills it up.
Oh.
Okay.
So that's with the chemical or water?
Yeah, pink chemical, a small amount of pink chemical, then top it up with water. Yeah. Same with your toilet cassette, that's a blue chemical or the green chemical you can get with about a pint of water. So that's they're ready to break it down. This pipe here, which is sitting on the little ledge there, that is a drain down for that.
Right.
Okay. You can probably the best thing to do is flush it down using the flush button.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not us making a noise again. All right. But obviously for winter, make sure you do drain that down.
Yeah.
Okay. That sits neatly under there. Wastewater outlet, obviously where my bucket is at the moment.
Yeah.
And there's that locked as well. So if you've got access under the bed, obviously just be careful what you put under there if you're travelling around with it. Obviously it's well behind the axle at that point.
Yeah, so
if
you don't want heavy weights.
Yeah, so anything light and bulky, but anything heavy, obviously you don't really want it back there. And if it actually quite handy that, because you can have a look there. There's actually a drain down for this, or drain air bleed for the system on your Aldi system, your heating system.
Okay. So you just screw that right in.
Yeah, it's just very similar to your domestic one. If you've got like radiators at home, but it's going a bit cold on the top of the radiator. Obviously, it's a bit different because there's like fans, fins, I should say, not fans. Fins down the side of it. Obviously, you just need to bleed the air out of it. But hopefully, you should. Okay. Now on the back here, we've got fixings ready to receive a bike rack. If you decide you want your car to bike rack around with you. Obviously, the other thing about that is obviously weight on the back of your van. So obviously if you do put bikes on, obviously you want lighter ones really, and obviously you need to balance the weight out on the front.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Fine.
Coming down this side, very important is that you do check your wheel nuts regularly. It is on your plate here, 130 Newton meters on alloy. It does tell you the steel setting, but obviously it's the alloy one you want, which is 130 Newton meters, which obviously is just to need the tyre pressure as well, which is the other thing that's important. I will check these wheel nuts before you leave, so please check them regularly before you go out. If you're sitting on site for a long period of time, obviously check it before you take it off. Okay. Then down the side we've also got 240 outlets, so you can plug something into the awning if you've got one. Or gas barbecue. We've got gas barbecue fixing.
So with that then, you don't need the regulator now, do you?
No, that is it's drawing gas from your onboard gas.
Yeah. So all you need is a pipe.
Yeah, that's it. So direct to your gas pump. There should be a fitting inside there that just fits into that. So what you would connect to your pipe via a Jubilee clip, and it just clicks in.
Probably won't buy it now, but
Yeah.
looking to buy a Kappa.
Yeah, they're very popular. Very popular. Just about everybody in the world has got one of them.
Yeah.
If you look on caravan sites,
Yeah, well, that's
there's a lot of people.
when you look on various reviews.
That's it. Yeah, a lot of
But if you
people.
tell
They
me
are very
different,
popular.
but if you tell me differently, then
Yeah, no, they are very, very popular. Right, key-wise, we got one key that does all, so you got one and a spare.
yeah,
Alarm fob, so we got one and a spare of them as well. So his torch is the top button. Alarm set is the second button down. So you press that
yeah,
button, one beep on, one flash from your side markers.
yeah.
Press it once again, two beeps off, two flashes. Okay, so
It's off.
yeah, so one beep on, two beeps off. Okay.
Now that alarm is what?
Well, it's an alarm which is sensed by a movement sensor inside,
Yeah.
and it's also got a tilt sensor as well. So if someone's winding it up or
Yeah,
down
yeah.
to get it onto their vehicle, then obviously it does that.
Yeah.
Also, if you subscribe to the tracker,
Yeah, which I will do.
yeah, when you set it, you will set it via the alarm button.
Right, okay.
Okay, so switching the alarm on sets your tracker
Right.
live as such.
Yeah.
So obviously you've got to subscribe to that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If you'd like to go inside, I'll show you the fun bits in there. That's it. I've got to put my slippers on, so it'll be easier to get in there before I do. Right. So we're stopping round here by the door because that's where the control panel is.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. Right. So you're probably going to come down here to be able to see the control panel. Right. Obviously you can see things are on because obviously everything's lit up.
Yeah.
Right, and also what we've got is heating control panel is here,
Yeah.
command control panel is there.
Yeah.
You can see, obviously, because the thing's on, we know that 12 volt system's on. If I just
Yeah.
do that, that's just waking up.
Yeah.
So it was there, but it was just asleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Master switch to switch your 12 volt systems on is that one there. So you need this 12 volt systems on all the time while you're in your van. Okay. So the only time you switch it off is when you're going home. Okay.
When you're towing.
Yeah.
Is
That's
that
it.
what
Yeah.
yeah.
So when you're using your van, if you're
Yeah.
there all week, you leave it on all week.
Yeah.
Okay. Or obviously it's when you're going home that you switch it off.
Right.
Okay. This side is these arrows here, that's the menu scroll. So that scrolls up or down, it'll come back to the same place depending which way you go.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter which way you go. If you go up, it goes round,
Yeah.
it comes back to the same pot, or you go the other
Yeah.
way.
Okay.
That one there is your select button. So if there's anything
Right.
in that menu you want to get into, you press that select button to get into it. This side of it is your water pump.
Yeah.
Main lights master switch. So that switches all your main lights off in one switch. Obviously you need to switch that on, and they are individually switched.
Yeah.
Dimmable lights, so the ones above the lockers, so not on at the moment. I'll just try. Right. There we go. So that's the dimmable ones above the lockers and at the front and at the back.
Which is that one?
Yeah. So that will switch them all off to one. You just tap it. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Just tap it again. Switches it on. If you see on the bottom of the screen now,
And you just tap that
yeah,
rather than
that's it.
hold
Yes,
on
it's
there.
like a touch button.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can see run across the bottom now. It says dimmer level. When you
Yeah.
switch it back on again.
Yeah.
So we can change the level of the dimmer percentage-wise from there as well. Otherwise, you're scrolling up or down until you see that on the bottom of the screen. You can also do that via the app. Manually, all you do is just select that button there.
Yeah.
You see that's dropped down to 5%.
Yeah.
So that's doing front and back.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
On the app, you can do them individually. So you can do this end at one level, that end at a different level. Okay. But manually, via that button there, it does both of them up together or down together. Okay. Then the top one we've got, that's your warning light, so the light outside the door.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, in the centre is showing what voltage our battery is. Obviously not your battery at the moment because we haven't fitted it. So 14.2 volts, that is going for a charger. That's where it's pushing more power through than obviously the 12 volts you normally see on there, or 12.5 depending on how good the battery is.
Yeah.
And, gone to sleep again. So L, that is leisure battery connected.
Yeah.
Flash of electric, that's electric connected. And next thing is obviously time. Okay.
Yeah.
Happy with that bit so far?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Straightforward. Yeah.
So, if I wanted to, that will, okay, so I just
Yeah, you just scroll up or down until you.
AC limits.
Yeah. So what I was just coming to do that, but
Sorry.
you're
okay.
jumping in. No worries. No worries.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say you were happy with that bit so far before I started going onwards.
Yeah.
Right. So there's quite a few different things in here. What we'll do, we'll start off with Sergeant. Sergeant, that is the system.
Security. Yeah.
No, that's the system manufacturer's Sergeant.
Right, okay.
And EC60. Yeah. So it's a Sergeant alarm. It's a Sergeant Electrics.
Yeah.
That is the system we're operating on for the command system. System settings in there. We can connect you Bluetooth for your phone or an iPad or whatever else you want to connect to it. You can also change the clock and a few other different things like the screen level on that, or these LEDs go off after a certain period of time. Fridge settings, it will talk to the fridge. So this command system can talk to the heating, it can talk to the fridge, it can talk to the lights. So it can do a few different things. Heater settings, as I said, it will talk to that. Dimmer level, so we scroll around again to find dimmer level. Internal temperature, right, that is not your air temperature, that is, you can see that there, that's your actual warm air temperature. That is actual fabric of the van, so it's the core temperature of the fabric of the van. So it's also on the app, it can also give you an alert if it detects that the fabric of the van's gone through like a frost alert, which I'll show you in the app after. AC limit, so the AC limit, what that is, you plug your electrics into a bollard on site, they limit you how much electric you can have. A lot of sites, a lot of the club sites, 16 amp, it can be as low as 10 amp. On the continent, it can be as low as 5 amp. So, in the centre is what we're actually using at the moment. I've got the limiter off. If I wanted to, if I switch, there's 5 amp. So it goes from as low as 5 amp all the way up to 16 amp.
So you can limit what?
Yeah. So what that will do for you, so say we've got it on, we're just about okay unless we switch the kettle on. So if we switch the kettle on, it went above the limit, so whatever in the centre here goes above that. I'll just show you that actually. So that little sun, if we just saw that, it's gone again. That's actually the solar panel operating. Okay. But sometimes you won't see that, obviously, if it's a dull weather or whatever, you may not see that. Right, so just jumping back to the AC limit. AC limit, what it will do, if our usage goes above our limit, it will actually start shutting down the power on your boiler, because that's the other high energy that you're actually using. In the past, what you may have done, if you wanted to put a kettle on or a hairdryer on or something, you may have switched something else off for that period of time, then switched them back on again. Yes, I don't need one either. That's it wasn't me. Okay, so obviously with a period of time the kettle's on, if it goes above that limit, it will drop the kilowatts down on your boiler, as long as you're obviously using electric. And then once the kettle clicks off, that will bring the power back up. Okay. So you can either do that or just limit or take the limit off and just be careful. Select battery. If your car was attached on site, you could take the 12 volts from the car, but obviously in these modern cars now, it's probably not the best thing to do. You go and flat the battery on your car. Solar power, as I said before, obviously if it's operating, it will give you a reading on there as well, amperage and what voltage it can give. No vehicle battery, so it'll give you a voltage on that as well, even though it's giving a bit of a figure there, it's obviously not attached at the moment. Leisure charging, so that's why it's giving 14.2 volts at the moment, and back down to there. So it scrolls all the way around. If you did that, you can do exactly the same the other way. It'll come all the way around. So there's not a lot on there you need to change if you really don't want to. But if you do want to, that's where you need to find it.
Can I just go back to the pump? What is that?
That switches your water pump on or off.
Right.
Yeah. So it's on at the moment because I can see a blue LED. When the screen goes dark, them LEDs will go off as well. So if you think, oh, the pump's not on, if that screen's dark, these will be dark as well.
Right, okay.
Okay, so that just switches your water pump on. I'll do your water system in a second. We'll
so in reality, once you're in the van, you leave it on.
Leave it on, that's it. There shouldn't be, unless you're going to fill the Akrol, then you may want to switch it off. But apart from that, you leave it switched on. Okay? You could get, if you're going on site, you could probably get a direct water supply.
Well, I think we have.
But
I was going to ask you a question there, really. Somebody did say to us before, but it's best to have one that fills the Akrol, and then is that the safe?
That is your safer option. If it did stick on or whatever, or overpressured, all it's doing is just going to overflow out the Akrol. Whereas if you can get a direct one, obviously they're designed for it, a direct one with a reducer in it. Obviously, it all depends on the supply you're getting.
I'll go for the safe option.
What you've got to think about, if you're in the cold weather, I was out a few weeks ago and that Beast for Needs was about. And there was a lot of people who had their direct water supply, but that pipe then was totally exposed to the freezing weather. So brilliant in the summer, but in the really cold weather, it is a bit awkward. Right. So you're happy with that so far, yeah? Right. We'll come across to the heating control panel as it's close by. So heating on off is there. So as I said outside, the unit that heats it is one unit is sitting in that corner. It heats the fluid that's been circulated around the van, which is like central heating. Obviously a caravan version of, and it also heats the hot water which is in the tank in the centre. Okay, on off button is that one there, that switches unit on or off. That's your menu button, which I'll tap in a second. Normally you will see a little circulation pump icon there, so if I just go in there, I'll just going to increase the temperature just so I can show you that. Maximum 30 degrees on the setting. There we go. So that there is saying the heating is being circulated around the van.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it's not there, it's not.
Yeah.
Okay? And it's thermostatically controlled. So when it gets up to 30 degrees,
Yeah.
that circulation pump will switch off
Yeah.
until the temperature drops, and then the circulation will come obviously back on again. Okay? So obviously I'd set it to about... Sorry?
It's being a dog.
Yeah.
It's like being told.
Oh, yeah, they're pretty... Quite good, these systems are. As I said, I was in that other weekend when it was really cold, and I was inside my van, like exactly the same heating as. It was brilliant. It's warm. You didn't really want to go outside. You didn't want to open the door because you know how cold it was going to be out there.
Yeah.
Right. Next thing we've got is a plug. That plug is to denote we've got electric ready for our boiler. Okay, it's not saying we're operating on it. We're just there. So there's a switch on the consumer unit, which I'll show you in a minute. If that's not switched on, that little plug's not there. You're not going to be operating on electric.
Right.
Okay. The other reason may be that either you're not connected to your electric, or the bollard that you were connected to may have even been tripped.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the main reasons why you probably won't see that. Then room temperature is the one in the centre. Okay. Press the menu button if you want to change anything. So obviously, if 30 degrees is too warm, then you can obviously reduce it down to what temperature you want it at. Obviously, if there's sun blaring away outside, if we're lucky, obviously that'll warm the van up for you anyway.
What kind of temperature do you normally have at?
I know it all depends on what you're comfortable. Obviously, until you've tried it. Some people are quite happy with 23 degrees, but it's up to you. In the summer, you obviously may not even need it, but hopefully not. Hopefully not. But, okay. So just try it and see. 23 degrees, are you warm enough with that, or are you 25 degrees, or 18 degrees?
Well, yeah, it's 23 sounds.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd have the house temperature at about 19, wouldn't we?
Yeah, but
you still get used to it.
It's just once you've used it a few times, you'll realise, especially in the winter. Especially in the winter, you will know what temperature you want, and they do get really warm. Yeah. And then the worst thing is when you go out through the door and you just feel how cold it is. The difference. You don't realise how warm it is in here. Right. Next one is water treating. So that's water treating off. Press the plus button. It goes green. Half a triangle coloured in. That's your normal running for your water heating. Okay. That's what you normally get out your hot water tap. If you want to, you can boost it by pressing the plus button again.
Yeah.
Full triangle coloured in now. Yeah. So what that's doing is concentrating all the heating on the boiler for a period of 30 minutes. What it will do in the meantime is switch the circulation pump off, because it doesn't want that taking the heat out away from the boiler.
Yeah.
So it will operate like that for 30 minutes, or you can switch it back manually. And then if it's in the temperature range, circulation pump will come back on. Okay. Yeah. So if you wanted to boost it, so the reasons you may want to use the onboard shower, but boost it half an hour before you want to use it, so you got the extra hot water then. Yeah. Okay, and then obviously it will have to warm up again before the next one. Yeah. Okay, so it's not instant heat. It's you've got to allow it to warm up. Okay, next one. So that's all energy off now. First one we come to is electric. Press that plus button, goes green. That's 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatt, or 3 kilowatt. So obviously 3 kilowatt is the hottest
the heat,
higher energy, higher energy, or gas. That's gas on.
Right.
Or you can use both. Okay. If we compare that to, say, home now, so 2 kilowatt, at the moment we're trying to heat the water and this room on 2 kilowatt. You compare that to home and a kettle. A kettle is about 2 kilowatts. It's heating up, what, a litre of water? Yeah. It's not heating the kitchen, right? Yeah. 2 kilowatts in here is trying to heat 10 litres of water up and this room. So in the winter, it may struggle. In the summer, you're probably efficient enough. It'll give you enough heat to give you enough hot water. In the winter, when it's trying to heat all this up as well, the option may be
gas
and electric. So this system is prioritised to electric. Okay, so it'll use both energies from cold. It's going to be a quicker warm up. So obviously you haven't got blown air, which you would have had on your last one. So it's going to be a quicker warm up because you've got higher energy operating there. It's going to heat your water up quicker as well. Once it gets to temperature, it will shut the gas off. It will tick over quite nicely on the electric then. Yeah. Unless someone like myself leaves the door wide open, temperature drops, gas will kick in alongside the electric, and both together will bring it back up to temperature. Okay. The times you'll feel the difference on that is obviously something like when you first get in your van, or something like 4 o'clock in the morning when the temperature really drops. Depending on what time of year you're away, obviously it can get quite cold, can't it, at 4 o'clock? And then you know if your toes are cold, or your nose is cold, there wasn't quite enough energy on just 2. 3 kilowatt may give you enough. Yeah. But again, you've got to be conscious of what that bollard is giving you. If you've got it on 3 kilowatts and it keeps tripping, then obviously
you're taking too much.
You're obviously taking too much, or that was operating all the time. So you just got to see how it is. But gas and electric alongside each other is brilliant when it's really, really cold. Them two together.
Yeah, so it's green when it's on. Basically.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. The only thing that doesn't go green is the temperature one.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy with that bit?
The only I forgot what A and
Yeah, well,
that.
right, so A...
Did we do them?
No, we didn't. No, we haven't got that far yet.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
A is activated functions. The activated function on this particular model at the moment is the one that talks to that.
Right.
Okay, so that's all that one is. Okay, and that one is just further settings or further menu.
Yeah.
So you've got quite a few different ones in there. Timers that set your clock, obviously. Anything grey, that's something that's not attached to this van. On that one, you could have different sensors for and back if you had a really long van.
Yeah.
Your screen on this one, obviously waving at that does not make any difference compared to that one. If you wave at that all day, it'll stay on.
Yeah.
But you can set it to different settings. So it's got bright, so it stays like that all the time, or set dark. So as it says on the tin, it's dark. Right? If you tap the screen, it lights it back up. So at night time, this can glow quite nicely. If little ones, they might like that because they can actually see their way to the toilet or whatever in the middle of the night. If you don't like it, then you can set it to dark. Okay, or you can set it to invert, which is a dark screen, but you can still see the icons. So you see a little bit right there. All right.
Grandchildren.
Well, that's it. So there is further menu in there. Prioritisation to your energies. It's just set to electric at the moment. You could set it to gas, but I don't know why you would want to do that unless you were paying for your electric. Which you may do on site. I don't know. If you're honest,
it's all in.
It's all in with the pitch. Yeah. So you're going to use more electric than you are gas.
Yeah.
That's,
So
that's what I want to do.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, well, that's it. So most of the things will run on electric, obviously, apart from the oven and grill. Obviously, got to be gas. That one there, that's to do with bugs you can get in your hot water tank, like Legionnaire's disease. It's like a boost function on the water system. So if you've got the clock set and that's switched on, it will boost the temperature of the water around about 2 o'clock in the morning to obviously kill the bugs that may be sitting in your hot water tank. That one there is to set your thermostat. Okay, so calibrate it as such. It's plus or minus, so you can offset it plus or minus about 5 degrees if you don't think it's quite right. That one there, so if you're up mountains of over 1,000 metres high, you can set that. So unlikely in this country, unless you're on top of Snowdon perhaps, but getting your caravan up there, you're doing quite well. So all that does is just switches a pump which draws more air in to allow it to work more efficiently. That's beep every time you press the buttons. It'll go beep if you wanted to, or switch it off. That one there is a delayed timer. So this also got timers that can talk to that. It's got its own timers that can talk to itself. That one there is to do with the circulation pump. Okay, it's thermostatically controlled at the moment. You could put it on so it's on continuous. It's just going to be churning heat around all the time. The only problem with that is obviously you draw a lot of heat away from the boiler. The boiler's not going to be as warm as. Then reset. Obviously it resets the factory setting. External, you can also on the Aldi system before this one came along have its own box, extra box with a SIM card in it. You could talk to that separately. Language, you've got to talk French or German to it, you can do. Service. So if you're having any problems, you talk to an engineer and he may ask you to press the service. You'll be able to tell him what the temperature is happening inside the boiler. And installed accessories, which is that one, which is the third party panel which is ticked. That's the one, so it can communicate with that.
Right,
okay. Happy with all that?
More or less, I think.
More or less, yeah. So your basics, obviously on-off button there. What you can see on the screen, that means you've got heating operating. That means we've got electric available. And we've got temperature, room temperature. Obviously when the sun shines, I had it last summer, it was sun shining still, which is a bit of a shock. Last summer it was I had 35 degrees in one of these vans, and it was like, I can't show you the heating because it's too hot already. I was opening the windows trying to cool it down, but it just wouldn't allow me to do it. So obviously if it's above that, you're not going to get the heating going anyway. But, okay, then water heating, off, normal running, or boost. So normal running most of the time, and then you've just got your electric up to 3 kilowatts, or off, and gas, or off.
Okay.
Okay, happy with that bit? Good. Right. Next thing we want to do is we'll just go for the water.
I presume it's all in written form somewhere.
It is written form on the web, yes.
On the web.
It doesn't come with a caravan book now, which you would have had before. Via your app, you can go and see that via your app, or on the website, Swift website. Okay. There are individual appliance books. It's still in there, but the handbook now comes online. Okay. Right. So the next thing is your water system. I might just have to switch the radio off because that's just slightly distracting me. Shut that up for a second. Right, your water system. So we just come down here. The drain down for your water system is hiding under here, which is a yellow lever. See that yellow lever there?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is closed.
Yeah.
So if you lift it up, that will drain down the boiler. So the contents of your boiler and the tap system, as long as you've got all the taps open. So when you come to drain it, that's what you need to do.
Right.
Obviously, when you come to use the water system, that needs to be closed. Otherwise, the aqua roll will just empty straight out through the floor onto the ground underneath. Okay, so I've done that a few times. I'm saying to my wife, "You haven't shut the..." Yes, I have. No, you haven't. There's all the water's on the ground under the van.
Yeah.
So close that there. Okay. Make sure all
So when do you drain that then?
for winter.
All right, just
yeah,
for winter.
For winter, yeah. Or you definitely know it's going to be cold.
Yeah.
As in minuses.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
always at the end of the season. It depends
Yeah.
on how long your season goes.
Yeah.
If you go into the colder months, which some people do,
End of October.